What's this? This is a drum machine. I'm gonna use this right here and right now. That'll do. We can speed that up later on. And here, that's pretty low. I think that will do. So I'm in C standard. Hello there, I'm Chris. And just like last time, we're gonna be playing some metal, hopefully. But we're gonna get some lower tones, maybe even heavier with this guitar, which is in C standard. And I have the option of drop tuning it to A sharp drop. Drop A sharp. Oh, that's low. We'll see if we even need that. This should be cool. Since I have a drum machine today and not the metronome, it's going to be maybe a little bit more exciting. We'll see. That's not really the point here. The point is to work on rhythm shops and rhythm ideas. Even though this sounds metal, I find that just playing with the metronome really helps build my sense of rhythm, even when I play lead guitar and even when I play clean stuff. It doesn't really matter for me what the style is. It's more the setting that matters, if that makes sense. So what I'll do is I'll be practicing 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'll be checking by, see if there's any comments or random statements. Cool, we got Den from Facebook. What's up? So yeah, that's the plan. Let us go. Let us go. That's for you. That's my favorite riff. And I lost it. I should not try to speak and play at the same time. You look like my mom's old friend's husband. Oh, I bet he's really handsome. Okay, we're off for a better start than yesterday, at least. I felt really rusty. So cool, we got lots of questions here. We got my old friend Magnum Staff here. Sorry for butchering your username, but he's been with me for like 20 years or more when I was teaching from the Ultimate Guitar side. So it's awesome to see you, man, here. Awesome to catch you in one of these live streams. Yeah, you're doing a great job with I've seen clips from your band, but now it seems I think it was you posted you played in a friend's band or something. Or was it your pal? I don't remember, but I saw that recently. Cool, Lewis. Thanks for digging. Had to be decent to get Lauren. I know. Okay, so we got a question about the tone. So I'm using the Mesa Boogie Mark 5 amp and the Tube Screamer TS808. Pretty classic combo. But right now I've dialed in the Mesa to be more Marshall-esque, if that makes sense. So I've used the crunch mode on the overdrive channel. That's the most Marshall style sound you're gonna get. Of course, it does require some fine tuning to really go into Marshall territory, but as long as it's heavy, I don't care too much. Here I was just, I had to find a pretty bright sound to compensate for the, these are 012 C standard tuning. So, dial down the bass. A loner wasn't meant to be your fault. Awesome, man. It's my old track. Very cool. Okay, so I'll just keep going a little bit here, and things will get more exciting as we progress. Usually after 40 minutes or something, I'm getting warmed up, and I'll be able to throw in some true shredding in there. I messed up. Okay, so that's always hard, trying to throw in some pentatonic or some, minor scale licks on the top strings as you're riffing. So let's try that. It's easier if I don't try to do 4 strings at once. So let's just try the top strings. It's a good start. Okay, so yeah, still a better start than last time. Cool, so Magnum, you use 010. That's pretty cool. Usually I prefer like 09 or even 08, but this is the guitar with the most extreme string gauge. And I must say I'm connecting more and more with it. Yeah, I like the heavy stuff. It's just that you have to accept that you know, your normal presets or whatever you're using. I'm using a real amp, but your normal settings, or normal, I try to not have normal settings, but you know, the way you would typically tweak your amp really is going to be different when you're dealing with these string gauges. And the most obvious thing is really you have to get rid of any bass and just go for the top end, because it's already kind of flubby. So yeah. Hey, Leo, don't spam, please. I'm gonna have to ban you. Sounds harsh, but that's the reality of it. Your mistakes don't sound like mistakes. Thanks, man. Well, that might be because as soon as I start an idea and I feel I'm not gonna be able to finish it and keep the rhythm tight, then I usually drop it. So maybe you don't hear it, but if I would keep on playing, you would hear that I'm off. So if I start an idea and then immediately end it, that's probably because I messed up. But I do realize it's not always easy to spot. And to be honest with you, I'm more nervous about making, you know, mistakes now that you guys are here. So, and that can be a problem, because it's good to allow yourself to make some mistakes as you're practicing, because it means you're experimenting. And to me, that's the most important thing. At least when you've reached a certain level, you got to try to go outside of your comfort zone anytime you sit with a guitar. And you know, when there's an audience, you're tempted not to do that. If it's like a gig, you're not going to be trying your licks for the first time, right? And this, what we're doing now, kind of falls in between, because I want to, you know, bring you with me in my practice sessions. But that also means I have to work with myself and not try to play the stuff I'm comfortable with, because that might work for the stream and you might think it sounds cool, but when I end the stream, I won't be happy over the session because I just played stuff I was comfortable with. So my goal is to try to make some mistakes with you guys so that I feel that I'm getting a genuine practice session now and not a showcase. And I'm working on it, you know. Half of the stuff, I think I'm playing safer than I would do if I didn't have an audience. But I'm gonna get better at it, and I'm trying to make more mistakes for you guys. We'll see if I can do that. Okay, so I'm gonna play a bit more and then check some comments. Oh, this is cool. Same thing in 2 octaves now. Listen to this. That chord came off beat. Good questions. Do I recommend newbies to always practice with a drum track or metronome? A big ringing yes, especially important in the beginning. As soon as you possibly can, start playing to a steady pulse. Metronome, a drum machine or the actual song you're working on. So hit Spotify or YouTube, whatever, and play with the original song. I can't stress that enough. You know, I failed at that and I had to work extremely hard to recover from it. So Magnum is saying, hopefully you don't throw a fiery match on me. Here we go. But I mostly use DI and I amps, yeah, instead of actual amps pedal wall stabilization. I still love the traditional setup, but for performing, yeah, the direct input. So I don't blame you. I mean, you do live gigging. I don't. So if I had to drag amps around, I would probably go for a quad cortex or whatever they're called. But I played the Kemper for many years, and it sounds great, but I hate it. I hate the feel of it. I hate it so much. It just totally kills my inspiration. I mean, it's great for recording. You can do so much good stuff with it, but I don't like the feel of it compared to playing a tube amp. I know it's boring and it's traditional and it's cork sniffing, but yeah. I think the main thing above anything else is the delay in the attack. That's what kills it. So I think these days you can buy, like, I think if you go like on Thomann or something, they have their own like Harley Benton brand. You can buy a tube amp for like $200 new. And I think that's gonna beat any digital stuff around for the feel of it, for the feel of practicing home. And plus, if you have any distortion pedals already, especially if they're analog, then that's going to work extremely well with the tube amp, and you get a lot of possibilities. And the thing is, I do realize the possibilities suck compared to digital options, because when you can start changing the cabinet, the different styles of speakers, then you can get totally different sounds. So I do realize that. But I still think analog beats it, even if you only can get like 6 or 7 usable sounds from a simple setup. All of those sounds, just one of them is going to beat like the Kemper in terms of feel, you know. Not in terms of flexibility, but in terms of playing feel, how it responds. So what happened to me was I completely stopped playing with an amp for like 1 year after having played the Kemper for a bunch of years, and I didn't understand why. In the beginning, I was playing, you know, unamplified or acoustic. It's like, oh, it feels so good. The response is so great. But then I finally understood that, hey, it's the amp. And I dusted off my tube amp and I played it. It's like, wow, this is what I was looking for. And since then, I've never looked back. You know, it's always going to be a tube amp. A Moore 10-watt modeling amp, cool. Yeah, I also have the Moore Radar cabinet simulator. It's a very good pedal, I have to admit, but it's the same issue here. I mean, actually, it sounds really good when I use it for a cab simulator for tube amp, but that's because there already is a tube preamp in the mix. It's good. Yeah, okay, not too much talking. We're here to freaking play. So let's play a little bit, and I'll get back to checking out some comments. Maybe a different drum beat. Oh, sorry, I had a mess up. Let's try this. Too fast for my down picking. Too fast, killing my down picking. How are we gonna do? Let's do some alternate picking as well. Okay. speaking of not hearing my mistakes, I don't know if you could hear I messed up the timing. Here's a cool exercise. If you take my right hand, I'm going to be doing not consistent down or up stroke. It's going to be a bit random, and that's really intriguing, I find. So why did I say I was intrigued by doing some random up and down pick strikes? That's because this tempo is too fast for me to play downstrokes for more than like 30 seconds. So I have a couple of options. Oh man. I have to pause because there's an alarm going on in the house between. So sorry, I'm gonna interrupt this and maybe I'll be back later. Sorry guys.